It's time for the 1430 Connection on 1430 WNAV and 99.9 FM, spotlighting news, newsmakers, and important community issues. Now, with this week's edition of the 1430 Connection, here is WNAV news anchor Donna Cole.
Welcome to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. In the studio today with me is Kelley Flanders. She is chair of the Anne Arundel Out of Darkness Community Walk in Annapolis. That's being held on Saturday, September 24th at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. She's also a volunteer for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And if you did not know, September is Suicide Prevention Month. The week of September 5th to 11th is National Suicide Prevention Week. Welcome, Kelley. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
This is an important topic. Suicide rates, I think, are still on the climb.
Yes, they are. That's actually a recent find. Actually, earlier this year, the CDC did find that rates are going up instead of down, which is the direction we would like to go.
Events like this raise awareness in the communities they're held, obviously, but they also bring in money. Where is the money going to?
The money goes to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. These walks are their fundraising events, and they're held all over the country in the fall months. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP, to make it easier to say, does research for causes for depression so that hopefully we can someday, eliminate depression in a better way than just putting someone on medication, to find a cause and to try to help prevent it or help heal it is kind of a big word, but that's what we would like to do, because that is the driving force behind suicide, is depression and mental illness. And we just need to find a way to help people and not push them aside or just throw medication at them. So the foundation does research to try to help all that, but they also fund programs for schools and veterans and medical professionals, first responders. They're a great education resource as well.
How long has this walk been going on in Annapolis?
The first one was 2009.
Okay.
And we've grown. We started at that little church on the corner right there, Road Boulevard, right by the stadium. Mm-hmm. Then we went to the city dock, and we were there for a couple years. And then this is my third year as chair. So last year we outgrew the city dock. So I tried to find a bigger venue, and the stadium was kind enough to let us work with the football schedule.
That's wonderful. So tell me exactly where the walk starts and where, well, it obviously starts and ends at the stadium. Is all the walking done around the stadium?
No, we're going to do, a lot of Annapolitans are familiar with the MS walk, and we're going to use the same route. So we're going to go from the stadium down to the Market Square, which is basically down one side of Main Street, back up the other side, and back to the stadium.
So it's a beautiful walk.
It is a beautiful
walk. It's a good cause. It seems like a win-win.
Yes.
And what's the mileage?
It's about 2.5 miles. Most people do it in an hour. It's not that bad. We will have routes, though. It came to my attention last year that there are some people that can't make the whole route. We do have some members that come in wheelchairs. So we're going to use the stadium path for those that maybe can't make the whole walk or that are in a wheelchair, because everyone should participate and feel that they're participating.
Are four-legged friends welcome as well?
Yes, four-legged friends are encouraged and welcome. We're actually going to have a four-legged friend there that is an official member of the military. His name is Commander Joe.
I guess that's not a cat, though.
No, it's not a cat. Well, I don't think we've had any cats come to the walk before.
Okay, well, there's a first for everything. Okay, tell me about Commander Joe, because I'm a big dog fan.
Oh, Commander Joe is the Pentagon's first stress-sniffing dog.
Well, that's a sniffing dog?
Sniffing dog. Yeah.
He's trained to sniff out stress.
He is. And all he does is go, his handler gives a command, and he goes and sits next to who he identifies, and they just have a conversation with the handler or a professional. It's not, and because it's a dog, the person doesn't feel like they're being intruded upon or, forced to talk. They're just petting the dog, having a normal conversation, but somehow they reveal that, I am feeling stressed, and he's actually saved lives. I think he's sniffed out, at least 4 people that had suicide plans, and they were able to save their lives.
I just got shivers. I know. That's amazing.
That he's going to be there.
What kind of dog is he? Do I know?
He's a part lab.
Nice. Very nice. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to hear more about this walk, its past, and the future for it, how much money has been raised. I'm Donna Cole. We'll be right back on the 1430 Connection. Welcome back to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. In the studio with me is Kelley Flanders, chair of the Anne Arundel Out of Darkness Community Walk right here in Annapolis. It's being held on Saturday, September 24th at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. It's about 2.5 miles, Kelley, you said?
Yes.
It is takes a beautiful route to downtown Annapolis and back, and it raises money for suicide prevention, a very important cause. Rates are going up for suicide. We want to get this to stop globally as well as here in the community. How much money has been raised over the years with this walk?
Well, this is the third year that I've been involved, and we've exceeded our goal every year. The foundation sets a goal for us. So the first year we raised $85,000, which my first year, was in 2014. And then last year we raised $97,000, and we would like to raise $150,000 this year. And that's just the small Annapolis, Anne Arundel County walk. And we are, I'm proud to say, we're in great competition with large cities like San Francisco, Chicago, even Washington, D.C. We are keeping up with them.
That's truly remarkable. Pat yourself on the back, Annapolis, and let's keep that roll going.
Yes.
So how did you yourself become involved with the organization?
I actually walked in the first walk in 2009. A friend of mine had lost her father, so I walked to support her.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, and then I didn't know it at the time until I walked and became involved and felt the emotion that was involved. Just you could in this community with these people, and realized that I have suffered with depression. I didn't know that give it a label. I've had some rough times, and this walk and this community has actually helped me see that I'm not alone, that there are people out there, there's help and there's resources out there. So I think Out of the Darkness, the Out of Darkness Walk is a perfect title because I feel that this walk brought me out of the darkness and it keeps me in the light.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Where can people go to register for the walk or find out more about the organization?
The quick way, since people listen on the radio, is to go to afsp.org, and you will see very clearly marked, it says Out of the Darkness Walks, and then you just search for Maryland, and you'll see the Anne Arundel County Walk, and you click on that, and all the information for the walk, the times, there's a route, a map, step-by-step directions, and you can register there, and you can see all that we do on that page.
And can you register day of as well as in advance?
You can walk up. We will have walk-up registration, and we do get a lot of people that way. Some people just walking by, see what's going on, and they end up joining us.
And what's the cost to register for the race?
There's no cost to walk. There's no cost to register. It is a fundraiser, of course, that is our goal, but we don't want to exclude anyone that may need to be there or that something has drawn them there. My philosophy on this walk, and it's worked so far, is that if you build it, they will come. So I think that just talking about it and people realizing the importance, they come out, and even if they donate just $5, it all counts.
Do you hear stories from people that have suffered from depression that wanted to join the walk for that very reason? In addition to yourself, yeah.
I do. Being in this community now, I've heard stories of that. People, and I encourage them to stay involved, and if you just look around you can see, and there's not a person there that wouldn't just reach out or say hello if that's what you needed for that time, and there are connections and friendships made at the walk, and so it's very much networking, a very close community. When everyone comes out, it seems like everyone just smiles, and those that have suffered loss, it gives them just that one day to feel like they have some kind of control over a situation they had no control over, and they're able to just, even for those 2 hours, just to have a warm place and a smile and a warm memory, and maybe not be so sad for that little bit of time. That's my goal. I want everyone just to take a breath on that day.
It's a great goal. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, more about the walk. I'm Donna Cole. This is the 1430 Connection. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. In the studio with me is Kelley Flanders. She's chair of the Anne Arundel Out of Darkness Community Walk in Annapolis. It's being held on Saturday, September 24th at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. She's also a volunteer for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And in case you didn't hear this or were not aware, National Suicide Prevention Week is September 5th through the 11th, and September is also National Suicide Prevention Month. So Kelley, tell me what the work of your volunteer work for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention consists of.
I'm primarily the walk chair, and we plan this for an entire year. I will start looking at next year in October.
Wow.
So it takes about a year. I also
Do you need other volunteers for this?
Oh yes. There is an email on our webpage, and if anyone wants to volunteer or the day of volunteers are always helpful, or if anyone wants to meet me somewhere and pick up flyers or information that they can distribute, we like to go to commuter lots and leave flyers on cars, and anyone that wants to help out do that type of thing, please contact me. I would really like the help.
And do that through the website. The website is, again, one more time.
The website is afsp.org, and then you search Out of the Darkness Walks. Just search for Maryland. It's very easily organized by state. And you'll click on the Anne Arundel County Walk. My contact information is on there, my phone number and email.
Very good. And if you did not know or cannot come to the September 24th event, there are events all across the United States, the world.
Well, it's the United States.
Okay.
The United States, there'll be between 300 and 400 walks in the United States between the end of August and the beginning of October.
Wow.
And so if you can't make September 24th, but you would like to participate, we're having 13 walks in the state of Maryland alone in different counties. So our neighboring counties, PG County, Howard County, I'm not sure what the date of Howard County, but for instance, PG is on September 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So there are dates if you just want to look for a date and you still want to participate.
And what is the average donation for a person that wants to do the walk, or is there an average donation?
There really isn't an average donation.
Okay.
We have kids, high school kids that come out and they can only give a couple dollars,
Uh-huh.
$5. We have, all the way up to, sponsors will give $500,000. So there really isn't an average amount. We just raise it one walker at a time.
Speaking of those sponsors, do you want to do some shout outs for some of your larger sponsors, because they matter, and this money definitely matters for all of us, for the community?
We do have some sponsors. Whole Foods at Parole Center is donating water, and we will have breakfast food there for everyone. The Starbucks at City Dock is donating coffee. Panera is donating lots of bagels. Capistrano's Barbershop has donated. Coons Toyota, Weber and Hyatt Law Firm. We have quite a good list of great people and great sponsors that have come out. Dean DeCamera Group is a huge sponsor. He's also my co-chair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you can't do it without this money.
No.
And without the organization itself
Right.
needs it. There was an event that happened not long ago that ended up getting witnessed by a lot of people. There was a gentleman on the Bay Bridge that was getting ready to jump, and your shoulders just dropped.
I remember that.
And it brought suicide into the suicide prevention and suicide awareness into our collective consciousness. Not just how he was going to do it, but the firemen that stopped him from doing it, and the hug that was seen around the world now. Do events like that, which are so very unfortunate, fortunately this had a good ending, that he was not able to fulfill his desire to commit suicide. At a public event like that, does that raise awareness? Does that sort of help in aiding others to stop, or is it the exact opposite?
It really depends on the person's state of mind, because it's unfortunately when someone is that close to suicide or has those plans, at that point they've stopped talking to family and friends, and only because I think that they've not that they don't want to, but they just don't know how to relay what they're feeling, and unfortunately they shut down communicating. So It can have both effects. We are very careful. We call it safe speaking. We're careful how we talk about suicide. We really ask the press to be careful how they report a suicide so that we don't have, a trend that goes on. So
Tell me about that, because this, obviously, I want to know more. Should that not have been reported?
No, that hug and that, what happened there that's very important, because that brings to light that if you can just break through that person's thought process, all it takes is a hey, it's okay, a hey, I'm here, just take my hand, and then we'll go through the rest of it one step at a time. So I think that
was
part
important.
Was very, very important.
So a suicide mission that actually is fulfilled, you don't want the press reporting?
We don't want them to tell people how. And there's words that we try not to use. You don't want to use the word succeed. You don't want to use commit, because they didn't do anything wrong. Commit sounds like a crime. So we do have, and I think the biggest thing is you should say that, yes, this person took their own life, but not sensationalize it, not make it like it's a big deal, and just don't tell them how, because that can, like in the Robin Williams case, because he was such a huge personality, we were very involved. We tried to be involved with the press to safely report that.
Not to say how it was done.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, again, one more time. Tell our listeners when the walk is.
The walk is Saturday, September 24th. Registration opens at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will have a few people that speak and tell their story at 12, and then we will kick off the walk at 12:30. When people come back, we'll have some raffle items. We'll announce the winners. But we're going to have music. We're going to have resource tables. Commander Joe will be there.
I want to meet Commander Joe. Yeah.
We're going to have our walk this is very important, is going to be American Sign Language interpreted. We will be the only walk in Maryland that will have that. So I am very proud of that.
Tell me how that works.
We're going to have an interpreter.
All throughout every...
that's going to interpret the speeches that'll be available at the registration table to help people.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. We're going to have a large veteran community that has found us and has rallied around us and is going to come out. I'm very proud of that. So I think we're going to have... We're looking at maybe close to 1,000 people.
Wow.
Is what I'm hoping for, and we're going to have a huge, very variety of community members there.
And a shout out for some of the musicians. Who do we have?
Oh, we're going to have a DJ.
Okay. DJs are good.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Again, you have the website. We've already mentioned it. You also have a Facebook page, do you not?
We do. It's OOTD, which is for Out of the Darkness. Annapolis.
Okay.
And that is our Facebook page.
And by the way, do you have an event set up on the Facebook page?
I believe so. My co-chair is actually the one that manages the page for me, and she's great, Kim Beverly.
Okay, because a lot of times those events will remind you the day of or the day before, so those are good to sign up for. And no cost to that, obviously. Kelley, I can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing in the community and for being here today.
Well, I can't thank you enough for having me. Thank you.
I'm Donna Cole. This is the 1430 Connection. We'll see you next week.